Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a new frontier, one where AI isn't just a tool, it's a creative partner. And yeah, it might just change how we imagine, write, and create forever.
So let's kick things off with a really bold claim from science comedy writer Sarah Rose Ciskin. Just think about that for a second. The idea that writer's block, that thing every creator dreads, could just be gone. What would that even look like? And how is it possible? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
To even get our heads around how writer's block could become a thing of the past, we've got to first rethink our whole relationship with AI. See, this isn't about replacing the writer. It's about giving them an incredibly powerful new collaborator.
To make this real, let's start with a wonderfully weird creative prompt. Imagine for a second that you have to write an emotional, dramatic soap opera, but your main characters are the chemicals and single-celled organisms swimming around in Earth's primordial soup. Seriously, where would you even start with that? And this is the exact project that our guide for today, Sarah Rose Ciskin, decided she was going to tackle. Her whole job is making super complex science funny and relatable. And she'd had this primordial soap opera idea kicking around for a while, but it always just felt impossible. That is, until she met her new AI creative partner. So, every great project kicks off with research. But for a primordial soap opera? I mean, what do you even Google? This is the first place the AI steps in, becoming what you could call the ultimate research assistant. Think about it like this. You have an AI partner that can become an instant expert on any topic, no matter how niche, whether it's quantum mechanics or the exact chemical reactions on early Earth. But, and this is key, it comes at the topic with what Sarah calls a beginner's mind. That makes it perfect for finding those simple, human, relatable hooks inside really complex stuff. And just think about what makes this kind of partner a total game changer. It's always on, ready for that 2 a.m. brainwave. It will never, ever judge you for your weirdest questions. But the real magic, it's that it can hold both things at once, the hard science and the human emotion you're trying to find. It gets the facts and it gets the feelings. Okay, but a mountain of research, that isn't a story. The real challenge is, how do you turn all those facts into characters we actually give a darn about? This is where the workflow becomes a true back-and-forth collaboration. So Sarah breaks down her process into 3 basic steps. First, the AI helps research and map out all the complex info. Step 2, Sarah, the human, steps in to find what she calls the delightful juxtapositions, the little creative sparks hiding in the facts. And third, she uses the AI to pressure test her new characters. Now, this idea of pressure testing, this is fascinating. Sarah will give the AI a classic story scenario, something like, Devin keeps trying to set up Jesse with Morgan, but she'll swap in her primordial characters. The AI, because it understands their motivations and voices, just generates entire scenes, helping to build out who they are through dialogue and action. And this just perfectly illustrates the kind of magic that can come out of that process. In one of these generated scenes, a character tries to connect to others by saying, "You both love sulfur." It's such a perfect little detail. It's scientifically accurate, but it's also hilarious, strangely relatable, and it tells you so much about the characters. It's a creative jump that came directly from that collaboration. And that's really the heart of it all. This isn't about just asking a question and getting a perfect answer on the first go. It's a conversation. It's a dynamic back and forth. The writer has an idea, the AI builds on it, and that response sparks a brand new idea in the writer. It's this creative loop that just keeps making the story deeper and stronger. Okay, so if this creative loop works so well for one writer, what happens when we zoom out? This whole collaborative model doesn't just empower an individual. It has the potential to completely blow up our idea of what a writer's room can even be. The whole philosophy here is actually pretty simple. It comes down to 2 A's. The first is automation, letting the AI handle all the tedious stuff you don't want to do so you can just stay in that creative flow. And the second is augmentation, making you even better at the things you, the human, are already great at, like finding the heart of the story. So all of this builds to a final, really powerful idea.
The writer's room just got a whole lot bigger. Your team is no longer limited by who you can hire or who's available for a Zoom call. You now have a partner that can tap into pretty much all of human knowledge and can embody any perspective you can think of, just instantly expanding your creative reach.
So, we end right back where we started, but now with a question for you. If writer's block really is a choice, and if your creative team can now be infinitely large, just full of endless perspectives and expertise, what story are you going to tell? What will you create?